What if science itself proves that God is real? I'm going to show you 5 simple facts about our universe that point straight to God. And by the end of this video, you'll see why even science can't explain these things without a creator. Let's jump in. Here's something everyone agrees on. The universe had a beginning. This isn't just religious talk. This is what science tells us. Scientists say that about 14 billion years ago, everything started. All the stars, planets, space, and even time itself, it all began. Before that moment, there was nothing. No space, no time, just nothing. Now, here's the interesting part. Everything that starts has to have a cause. Think about it. Nothing just appears out of nowhere. Your car didn't just pop into existence. Your house didn't magically show up. Even the smallest things we can imagine don't just appear from nothing. So if the universe had a beginning, something must have caused it. But what could cause the entire universe? Well, think about this. Whatever caused the universe couldn't be inside the universe. It had to be outside of space because it created space. It had to be outside of time because it created time. It couldn't be made of matter because it created all matter. And it had to be super powerful to create everything. So we're talking about something that's outside space, outside time, not made of physical stuff, and incredibly powerful. Sound familiar? That's pretty much what people mean when they say God. But wait, there's more. This cause also has to be able to make choices. Here's why. If the cause was just like a natural law or force, it would automatically create its effect, like how gravity always pulls things down. If this cause existed forever, then the universe would have existed forever too. But we know the universe didn't exist forever. It started, which means something decided to start it. Only something with a mind can make a decision. Only a person can choose when to do something. So the cause of the universe is outside space and time, not physical, super powerful, and personal, meaning it can think and choose. What else fits that description except God?
Let's talk about something even crazier. Our universe is set up perfectly for life to exist, and I mean perfectly. Scientists have found that there are certain numbers in physics, like how strong gravity is or how atoms stick together, and all of these numbers have to be exactly right for life to be possible. Let me give you a couple examples. There's something called the strong nuclear force. It's what holds the tiny parts of atoms together. If this force was just 2% stronger, all carbon would fall apart and life couldn't exist. If it was 2% weaker, nothing bigger than hydrogen could exist. No carbon, no oxygen, no you. Then there's something scientists call the cosmological constant. Don't worry about the fancy name. Just know that if this number was off by even the tiniest amount, and I mean really, really tiny, the universe would either crush itself or spread out so fast that stars and planets could never form. How tiny are we talking? Imagine you covered all of the United States with coins, stocked all the way to the moon. Then do that a billion more times. Paint one coin red and mix them all up. Your chances of grabbing that one red coin are still better than getting this number right by accident. And that's just one number. There are dozens of these perfectly tuned settings. Now, some people say, well, maybe there are millions of universes out there, and we just happen to be in the lucky one. But that doesn't really solve the problem. First, there's no proof that other universes exist. Nobody has seen one. It's just a guess. Second, even if there were a million universes, something would have to be making all those universes. And that universe maker would also need to be set up just right. You're just moving the problem somewhere else. The simpler answer is that someone designed the universe on purpose. Someone fine-tuned all these settings so that life could exist. That someone is God. Here's something amazing. Every cell in your body has more information in it than a whole set of encyclopedias. I'm talking about DNA. DNA is like an instruction manual written in code. It's made up of 4 letters, A, T, G, and C, put together in a specific order that tells your body how to build itself. The information in your DNA could fill thousands of books. And it's not random, it's organized, it has a purpose, it actually does something. So here's the big question. Where did all that information come from? Think about everything we know. Books come from writers. Computer programs come from programmers. Instructions come from someone who knows what they're doing. We have never seen information just appear on its own from random accidents. Some people say evolution made all the information in DNA, but that's not how it works. Evolution needs DNA to already be there before it can do anything. Evolution can change the information that's already there, but it can't explain where the first information came from. That's like saying autocorrect wrote a whole novel. Sure, autocorrect can fix typos, but it can't write Harry Potter from scratch. The information in DNA points to someone smart who put it there. a designer, a programmer, someone who wrote the code for life itself.
Let me ask you something. Why can you actually feel things? Think about it. You're not just a robot going through the motions. You actually experience stuff. You feel pain, you see colors, you taste pizza, you have thoughts and feelings. You're aware that you exist. Scientists call this consciousness, and it's one of the biggest mysteries out there. Because here's the thing, science can't explain why you have experiences.
You can study the brain all day long. You can look at every part of it, see how all the chemicals work, watch the electrical signals, but none of that tells you why there's an experience happening. Why does seeing the color blue feel like something? Why is there a you inside your head experiencing your life? If we're just physical stuff, just atoms bouncing around following the laws of physics, then there shouldn't be any experience. It should just be like a computer running a program. No feelings, no awareness, just processes.
But you do have experiences. You know you do, because you're having them right now. If the universe is just matter and energy, consciousness doesn't make sense. It shouldn't exist. But if God made the universe, if a thinking, conscious being created everything, then it makes perfect sense that we can think and be conscious too. We got it from Him. We're made in His image. God isn't just a good explanation for consciousness. Without God, there's no explanation at all. Here's something we all know deep down. Some things are really right and some things are really wrong. Hurting kids for fun is wrong. Not just I don't like it or my culture says it's bad, it's actually truly wrong, always. Helping someone who needs it is good. Being brave is good. Being fair is good. These aren't just opinions, they're facts about right and wrong.
But here's the problem. If there's no God, then right and wrong don't really exist. Think about it. If we're just animals that evolved, then morality is just something our brains made up to help us survive. It's not actually real. It's just programming. If that's true, then there's no such thing as should or ought to. There's just what happens. Some brains tell us to do one thing, other brains tell us to do something else, but neither one is actually right or wrong.
If morality is just evolution, then Hitler wasn't really evil. He was just doing what his brain told him to do, and we can't say he was wrong. We can only say we don't like what he did. But we know that's not true. We know Hitler was actually truly evil. Or maybe morality is just whatever society decides. If your country says something is okay, then it's okay. If another country says it's wrong, then it's wrong there. But that can't be right either, because some things are wrong even if everybody agrees they're okay. Slavery was always wrong, even when it was legal.
Real right and wrong needs a real standard. A moral law needs someone who makes the law. If God exists, if there's a perfect being who is perfectly good, then right and wrong makes sense. Things are right when they match up with who God is, and wrong when they don't. Without God, you can have opinions, but you can't have real right and wrong.
Okay, let's step back and look at what we just covered. The universe had a beginning, which means something caused it. That cause has to be outside space and time, not physical, super powerful, and able to make choices. That sounds like God. The universe is perfectly set up for life in a way that can't be explained by luck. The best explanation is that someone designed it that way. That's God. Life has tons of complex information in it, and information always comes from something smart. That's God. You're conscious, you can think and feel, but science can't explain why. The best answer is that we're made in the image of a conscious creator. That's God. Real right and wrong exist, but they can't exist without a standard of what's good. That standard is God. Now, maybe you could argue against one of these points. Maybe you think scientists will someday explain consciousness. Maybe you believe in the multiverse, even though there's no proof. But can you explain all of these things without God? Can you account for the beginning of the universe and the perfect setup for life and the information in DNA and consciousness and real morality all without God? That's a lot of coincidences. Or you could go with the simpler answer. There's a God who made the universe, designed it for life, created the code in our DNA, gave us the ability to think and feel, and set the standard for right and wrong. One explanation covers everything. So, is there a perfect 100% proof that God exists? No, because God isn't a math problem. God is a person, and you can't prove people exist the same way you prove that 2 + 2 = 4. But that doesn't mean believing in God is crazy or based on blind faith. The evidence points clearly in one direction. The universe looks exactly what we'd expect if a smart, powerful personal being created it.
The real question isn't, is there enough evidence? The real question is, are you willing to accept what the evidence shows? Because if God is real and the evidence really does point that way, then this isn't just an interesting topic to think about. It changes everything. It means your life has a purpose. It means right and wrong are real and your choices matter. It means death isn't the end. And it means the God who made you wants to know you. So here's what I want you to do. Don't just watch this video and forget about it. Actually think about these ideas. Look into them more. See if they make sense. And if you find that they do, take the next step. Seek God. Because if He's real, you can find Him. Thanks for watching.